We'd like to welcome you here to the Living Village Garden, Three Sisters Garden. Now what you can see right now is the weather is kind of taking a little toll on them, and they've been transplanting it over here. But what we have right here is a shoot of corn, which in the Chickasaw language is called tonchi. Now that is planted first, and she's going to give you the story on exactly why. Now what we got here, which is going out, is the beans. The little beans right there, they're planted a little bit later. And right here, that is the squash. And that is called obi. In the Chickasaw language, it's called obi. And the beans here, we call it bulla. There'll be other Chickasaw languages and words that we'll use in this skit. Some of it you can tell by what she does, and what she tells what it is, her hair, long and all that. But right now, we're going to present to you the Three Sisters play, and it explains what it is and how the significance of our plants are in agriculture. And our actors here today are Sister One,
Cody, hello, Elena, and Lauren.
Alrighty, and we thank you for being here.
What do you have to play? I have tonchi. I have Olby, so Sister must have Bala.
Teak, what are you doing so far apart? Meaty, so we can get these nihi planted. Do not put these nihi so far apart. They need each other.
Need each other? Seeds need each other? Sister, seeds just need Hashi and Oka, not each other. That's just silly.
Ho, it seems along with planting, we're going to have a lesson today.
A lesson today.
Long ago, there were Intik Tochina that lived together in a field. These Intik were quite different from one another in their size and the way of dressing. The little Intik was so young that she could only crawl at first, and she was dressed in oak chamali. The second Intik wore a bright lakna dress and had a way of running off by herself when the hashi shone and the soft molly blew in her face. The third was the eldest Intik, standing always very straight and tall above the other Intik and trying to protect them. She wore an oak chamali toby shawl, and that she had very long lakna hair that tossed about her head in the molly. There was one way that the Intik were all the same, though. They loved each other very dearly, and this made them very Kulingbe, strong.
But how does that explain why we can't plant where we want?
Hawkwood. One day a stranger came into the field of the Intik Tochina, a young boy. He talked to the Foshi and the other animals, and this caught the attention of the Intik Tochina. Late that summer, the youngest and the smallest Intik disappeared. Her Intik were Nahaklo. Again, the boy came to the field to gather reeds at the Oka edge. The two Intik were left watching his moccasin trail, and that night the second sister, the one with the lakna dress, disappeared as well. Now the eldest sister was the only one left. She continued to stand tall in her field.
But I thought we were talking about planting, not Intik.
Hawkwood to the story, sister, and it explains everything. When the boy saw that he missed her Intik, he brought them all back together again, and they became stronger together. The Intik serve a very important role in our garden. This is why the tonchi is planted in rows. Olby is planted between the tonchi. The olby prevents oka loss and keeps the dirt cool when it covers the ground with its long leaves. These long, low, prickly vines also prevent weeds from growing and birds from eating the tonchi. After the tonchi is grown about 6 inches tall, bala can be planted next to the stalks. Bala need support when they grow, so they use their balili to climb up the tonchi to get to me.
So when we plant them together, they grow strong. Like when we're together, we're strong.
Yes, sister.
Thank you very much.